Hello, hi. Long time no see. Couple quick things. I apologize. I'm so flushed. We got like a new heater unit in my house, and we're working out the kinks in it. This is a very comfy hoodie. This is a cozy sweater, but it's like gets warm and then it gets cold. And if you hear my ceiling fan going in the background, it's like it's working out its kinks. The sound may fade eventually. Editor me may be brilliant and figure out how to get rid of the sound, but for now that's what we're dealing with. But welcome to this video that you clicked on, where I am bumping my microphone. Okay, I'm trying not to touch my mic. But welcome to this video where I am ranking all the games, not only in my library but also in my family's library, because we have like a shared Steam library between me and my siblings. So I'm like keep looking over because I see all of these games that I will be ranking today in this ranking thing that we have. So we'll get right into it. These are only games in my Steam library. I do have games on Epic Game Store in that library, and GOG Gaming, is it? Again, it's a shared library. And maybe, depending on how this video does, I just noticed I'm not centered in my camera. It's fine. You can see my diploma. I will do a separate video talking about that. So subscribe. Or at least go check the other videos on this channel once you're done watching this one. If this does well, I will do probably a second video talking about like other games that I have, because I have a few still on CDs. I did grow up in the generation of CD-ROM games, so I still do have a few on CD-ROM, which is kind of, it's not funny, but they still work and I still use them. So, you know, eventually I feel like I'll have to buy them on a digital platform, but for right now, just chill. And these are all PC games. I also have an Xbox and a Wii. We were very big Wii people when that first came out, so we have some games on Xbox and some on Wii. Not a ton though, but there is a few games that I will talk about on this channel. But yeah, we'll get into it. And then if this video series of me ranking and discussing games that I own goes super well, obviously games that you comment about, I'll be more likely to play in the comments. Maybe I'll talk through like wishlist games or games I'm excited about and things like that, because I want to eventually finish some of the games I've started on this channel, but I also want to do game reviews. There's only like one or two YouTuber game reviewers that I like faithfully watch on YouTube, but I would love to do something like they do. It would be fun to discuss those in a longer format, maybe a little more skillfully edited. But enough of me talking. I think I've been talking for like 5 minutes now. Let's get into the games. So the first one we have is Among Us. This game I played a lot of in quarantine, like everyone. And then I haven't played a ton of it, and I haven't played it on the channel. I like to think that there's still people I could play it with. So if that is something you guys want to do, maybe I'll start a channel Discord, and we can play that. But it's an interesting game. I think they could have done a lot more with it. I'm not sure if they've updated it recently or not. Some of the mechanics and the fact that there was no tutorial, so there was like a learning curve to it, those kind of threw me off. But I don't want to. It's definitely not these three. But it's a fun game. It's a good game. I think people see C and they think it's so low, but C is green. C is okay. So we're gonna give it a C ranking for right now. Yeah. Alright, next game we have Batman Arkham City. This is why I say it's a shared Steam library, because I have not personally played this. I've seen my brother play it, and I enjoy him playing it, and I would love to play this one day, but I am an exhausted college student, and I hope to play this one day. I would love to play this, maybe play it on the channel, but I just haven't gotten to play it yet. There's a lot of great performances and there's a lot of great acting in it. So based on my perceptions of the game, I would love to rank this, but just preface this with me saying I have not played it. But one thing I always like to look for, and this is just me being interested in narrative storytelling altogether, is storytelling through mechanics, the acting, the voice acting, you know, how because sometimes you can have a really stellar actor, but the script isn't there. And with this one, I think it is all there. It kind of check marks all the boxes, but for the sake of me not having played it, I may have to stick it in B. Just for that reason. I'm sure once I play it, I'd probably put it, there we go. I'd probably put it higher, like maybe A or S, but just for the sake that I haven't played it, and also I made it slightly bigger than Among Us. Again, I'm sorry. If you're super specific about, like, size, this tier list is gonna be a mess, and I apologize, but I think I'm doing okay for it to be, like, through Photoshop, on the fly, you know, me putting this together. So, but again, once I play it, I may revisit this maybe in 6 months or a year and be like, hey, I've played a ton of these games. In fact, I don't think I'll be using any games in the F category today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think I would, but we'll see. Okay. Next one. BioShock. BioShock was one of the earlier games. My brother played it more. I've played a very small amount of it. And it was okay. It was good. I think the sequel is better in a lot of senses. Going from a narrative standpoint, the twist at the end is really, really good. But it wasn't, I don't know if it was aesthetic, and aesthetic sounds super petty to talk about, but it just wasn't for me. So I'm just going to put it on C. If I replayed it, I'd probably rank it higher again. Now, BioShock 2, I think was significantly better. I enjoyed a lot of it. I think it expanded a ton on the original concept and idea, but I haven't played it in forever. But I think this might be my first A game today. Yeah. We're running through these really quickly. Okay. I see one, but I'm going to skip it just for a second. Okay. Bridge Constructor Portal. If you are interested in, I think Stanford was using this for an engineering program, and my brother is getting a degree in engineering. So that is the reason we have this game. I think mostly that, and it's interesting. The puzzles are really complex. There is no narrative storytelling in it. I don't know. I just realized we have so many games, and I'm making these thumbnails so big. I hope everything can fit. Fingers crossed everything can fit. I don't know, because it is a good game. I don't feel like it belongs in the C, but it is very difficult, and it's not so much, I mean, it is a game, but I feel like it's more of a learning tool. So I don't know if I should put it in here. Okay, we're gonna go B. Just because I love Portal as a franchise. I haven't played the new, what is it, the Job Simulator one? Or it's styled like Job Simulator, where you hit the button and it takes you through the different things. But Portal was just one of those games that introduced me into a larger world of gaming. There's a few games in here, and there's some that are in here, and there's some that are not in here, again, because I have games on other consoles or in other libraries, and this is specifically my Steam library. But there are some games that they were cornerstones for me when it came to gaming and getting into gaming, so, and we'll see those. So, like, Portal, I think no Portal game, unless it was like totally off the wall, like backwards from the original concept, I don't think I'd ever rank a Portal game low, because it holds such a place in my heart. And like that's another thing I think with a lot of reviewers is like you have to, I will try to disclose as much as possible like my stances and my viewpoints on things, because I do think it affects the overall perception of someone's like review or gaming or things like that. So for me personally, you will always see me ranking Portal games a little higher because it was so influential into me getting into gaming culture. Borderlands 2. Ta-da! The box art cover I got was a little wonky. But Borderlands 2 is a very fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I mean, the characters are hilarious. The combat in it is fantastic. I enjoy it a lot, so put it there. Great. No S tiers. I'm holding that very highly in regard, but also nothing below the D line, because we're very picky with our money. I think unless the only thing that I think would ever fall below the C line in here, maybe future me may pull out an idea, but I think for something to fall below the D line, it'd have to be like a game we got for free or we got on sale, like, because we're so specific about spending our money. Oh, what is it? Cyber Monday, summer sale, fall sales. There's a game in here that I bought recently that I only paid like $1.99 for. So like we're very, very picky, and our wish list is very long because we wait for the games to go on sale. We grew up on a budget, so we budget everything. And I say we, I mean like me and my siblings, because I have a brother who's college age. Also, his channel is linked down below, and I think he's going to be doing a reaction video of this and re-ranking everything that I have. So, Anthony, when you see this, apologies for ranking BioShock in C and Arkham in B. And also you can hear my nails, or not my nails, my rings hitting the desk. I apologize. Let's keep going. And on that note, Anthony, also apology, BioShock Infinite. Now, I did like the city that we start off in BioShock. I think the storytelling in this one is a lot better. Number 2 had great storytelling. Number 1 had a great twist. BioShock Infinite, I think with the character and the dialogue, and Troy Baker, of course, is always like just, a show within itself. So I think this game did significantly better than everyone. That being said, it's not my favorite BioShock franchise, isn't. So we're just gonna rank it A for right now. But I did like that. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, I have to. Perfect. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. If you don't know what this game is, I believe it's still free. It was a very, very short, it's not like a demo, like a teaser game that is part of the Life is Strange franchise. I liked this character a lot. I liked his story a lot. I wish they did more with him in Life is Strange 2. I have a lot of grumbles about Life is Strange 2. Which maybe I'll get into in a separate time, or if I ever do a playthrough of Life is Strange 2. But I definitely want to play this on the channel, just because I think this individual story was done so well, and just kind of showcases the Life is Strange franchise with its great character writing. So yes, I hold the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit in very high regard. So yeah, even though it is a short game, it's going in A. Look at me. I feel like I'm being generous right now. Okay. Celeste. Celeste is one of those games that I haven't personally played. But I've seen my siblings play it. It is really cool. I've never gotten into it. The art is very nice. The music is gorgeous. it gives me a lot of Undertale vibes, but for the fact that I didn't play it, I wish I had like a category, like a box for not played. Okay, I don't think any games are gonna be F, so give me one sec. Great. Okay. So games I haven't played or I don't feel confident in ranking, I'm gonna put in the question mark aisle. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. So Celeste is down there. And again, I think based on everything I see from it, I'm sure it's gonna be like a highly ranked game. But the fact that I haven't played it yet, I don't feel confident in ranking it. Again, this is a family shared library, so there might be a few more games like that. Code Vein. I think this was gifted to us by someone. I'm not a fan of it at all. I think my brother got it gifted to him. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not something I'm like. I like anime, but this just doesn't do it for me. I've had no interest to play it ever, so and I don't like where Celeste is like I wouldn't be sure, but I'd probably rank it high. Code Vein I just would never play, so sorry. Cuphead is a great game. It is a very hard game, but I do enjoy it. This would be something I'd love to play on the channel with my brother, just because it does have multiplayer. I think the art style is very cool. The characters are very awesome. I wish there was a little more. It's a very basic story, but for the run and guns, for the level design, it is very, very cool. It is crazy difficult, but there is some enjoyment to that. I find enjoyment in that. So yeah. My phone dinged. Okay. We're okay. We're all good. We're good. So for the sake that I enjoy playing it, I think this might be my first S tier game. I'd love to play it on the channel with like a friend or a collabor, but oh man, that fit perfectly because it is S tier. That is why it's fitting perfectly. All right, let's keep going. Cyberpunk 2077. So I didn't buy this game on the terrible launch. I didn't pre-order this game. I am dearly sorry for all the people who did pre-order this game or got it on launch and had those hilarious screw-ups happen in their experience with it. But I bought it after the fact on sale. Did I buy it on sale? I think I bought it on sale. And there has been so many updates. So I am telling you, if you were not happy with Cyberpunk upon release, try it now, because I think it's done itself like a lot. How do I say this? It's improved greatly, and I think the product they have now, they should have delayed it, even though they would have had a lot of people angry about the delay. I think it would have been worth the wait. I don't know if they're doing a sequel. CD Projekt Red has announced a ton of things recently, which I'm a fan of the Witcher series. I'm a fan of Cyberpunk. I just hope they've learned from the Cyberpunk launch moving forward. But that being said, for the sake of this video, my phone keeps going off, I apologize. For the sake of this video, I am saying Cyberpunk is an S tier game. Yes, there are problems with the story, but the acting in it, even V's lines, for being like just a faceless like Mary Sue insert character, or what's the male equivalent of a Mary Sue? All of that aside, Cyberpunk, I think, does a lot, and I enjoy it. I enjoy a lot of it, and a lot of the story and everything. So S tier game for me. Dark Souls 3. For some reason, in my folder and lineup of games, it did the Dark Souls series out of order. So we will get to all Dark Souls games, but first we're going to talk about Dark Souls. Let's get back into it. Dark Souls 3. I've played a little bit of it. All of the Dark Souls games are incredibly hard for me. I do enjoy them though. I have a candle that was gifted to me of, I just call him Onion Boy. As far as lore and things go, I haven't had the time to dive deep into it. I love to dive deep into those things. I just haven't had the time with the Dark Souls franchise. Hopefully one day I get the time to explore the lore and everything and the characters, and they are great games. They are highly difficult games, but Dark Souls 3 doesn't stand out that deep in my mind. So for that reason, and that reason only, it's going in C. Great. That being said, Dark Souls 2, I love a lot. And I did post a single episode of Dark Souls 2 on the channel years ago. I would love to do a full playthrough of Dark Souls 2. It seems fantastic. For some reason, this one just... It clicked in the best way possible. For that, I'm putting it in the A tier. Great. Dark Souls. I don't think I've actually played the original Dark Souls. Have I tried it at all? I'd want to play it. Again, Dark Souls is one of those series that if I had more time with it, I'd definitely play it. But for the fact that I haven't had time with it, I have to put it in the question mark. Sorry. It's kind of weird that I've played Dark Souls 2 and I've played Dark Souls 3, but the original Dark Souls I haven't played a ton of. It's weird. That's what's happened. Okay. Dead Space 2? Is this Dead Space and Dead Space 2? Hold on. What? Wait, Dead Space 2. Haven't played it. Maybe one day I'd play it. I haven't had the desire, the inkling to play it recently. Same with Dead Space 1. Yeah. Maybe one day. They seem like interesting games, but I just haven't had the desire to play it. Great. So apologies to all of the fans of these games. Again, maybe I'll up if I get the time. So much changes so rapidly. I am very aware of that. I have experienced that. If I somehow magically get the time to play all of these wonderful games, I would love to dedicate time to all of these wonderful games, except Code Vein. Don't care for Code Vein. Alright, let's keep going. Death Road to Canada. I love Death Road to Canada. There is a lost episode, I think like 2 or 3 lost episodes, of me and my brother playing Death Road to Canada, and we were saying we need to like re-record those episodes and do another playthrough because it is so much fun. It was just addicting and fun and hilarious, and it's an amazing game to play with people. You can play it by yourself, but my experience of playing it with others is just phenomenal. So, S tier. Death Road to Canada. Alright, let's keep going. Don't Starve Together. Hilariously, I bought this so I could play it with my brother, and I've only ever played this game alone. He has a copy, I have a copy, but for some reason we just never have had the time to sit and play this specific game together. I've enjoyed it. The Don't Starve series is pretty fun, so I might put this in B. Just because for the together aspect of it, I haven't gotten to play it a ton, but I've played it by myself and it's been fun. So, DuckTales. This is the remastered DuckTales. I wasn't able to find like the art for the remastered, so it's the original cover. DuckTales is fun. It's a cute game. I think we actually bought this for my youngest siblings, so they'd have some games to play. Yeah, I like it. It's a fun game. It's a cute game. I didn't have a personal nostalgic like grab to it, so I might put it in C, just because for me personally it's like it's something to play. Well, no, I do like the characters and the music, so I'll put it in B. There we go. Alright, what is next? I'm making sure we're recording. Everything's recording. Recording check. Okay, Elden Ring. Elden Ring, I enjoyed immensely. I haven't had time to sit down and play a ton of it. I want to finish this game. I want to play it to completion. I love it. I love the Celtic designs. Anthony, my brother, got a hoodie with like the, not sigils, are they sigils? The knots, the Celtic knots like down the spine. It was from Cloak, the Cloak company that the two YouTubers Jacksepticeye and Markiplier have, or own. They own Cloak. Yes. But this they had like a collab, and it's such a cool hoodie. I'm so sad that I didn't get I was trying to get, I think, the Letterman's jacket, and I didn't buy it in time. I love the design. I love the world, the open world. I like that you can jump in this game, and you can ride horses, and I think there's like an elk or something you can ride. I love everything about this. So S tier game for sure, and that is something I will definitely want to play on the channel in the future. So basically everything I think in these top categories I want to play eventually on the channel. So Evolve 2, I've never had an interest in it. I've never it's one of those games that, again, I'm not sure. Because here's the thing. With these, I may eventually want to play them. These ones I just have no interest in playing. It's not that they're shit. Well, this is a shit game. So maybe, yeah. Someone in the comments may be like, no, you should have put Evolve 2 down. It is a shit game. But, I have never played it, and I don't have interest in playing it. So for that reason, it's going there. Can I line it up a little better? Okay. I've been talking for like 30 minutes, and I haven't talked all day because I've been studying. So let's keep going. Fallout New Vegas. I've played a little bit of this game. The Fallout series isn't particularly like one that I follow to its completion. I've heard Bethesda having a lot of problems, but New Vegas seems to be a pretty solid game. Would I rank it as high as Arkham City? I think I would. Just because I haven't played enough of it. If I played more of it, again, my opinion might change. But again, Fallout has never really, it's a fun game to play, but it's not like groundbreaking. So yeah. That's my thoughts on it. Galactic Civilizations. I don't know anything about these. But I may try it out. So there you go. Another one done. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I've never won this game. I was getting pretty good at it about a year ago. Like I was making progress, and then I just ran out of time to, play it, and school started back up again, and everything kept going. So I would love to finish it, but I enjoy it personally. I enjoy the little bits of dialogue. I enjoy the level design, the sound design in this thing. Holy crap, the hammer reacting to things. It is frustrating. I think it's like there's a catharsis to playing it. I might be getting a little too deep, but it is a cool game, and I do enjoy it. So I think for that reason, I'm going A tier, getting over it with Ben and Foddy. Garry's Mod. I've only seen my brother play this. I've seen clips of it on YouTube. Would I ever play it? Probably not. Who knows? Maybe if I had a group of friends that would want to play it, we'd play it. But for right now, you're going in question mark because I don't really know. I've seen a lot of funny content with Garry's Mod, but I just don't know. Guns of Icarus. This is a game I didn't even realize we had until I sat down to do this video. I have no intention of playing it. I don't know what it's about, but I don't know if it's as bad. Like, this is just, I think Code Vein has hit like a shit level for me that I feel bad putting any other game next to it. So yeah, there you go. I don't even think I've seen my brother played it, and he owns it. Okay. Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, and I think we also have Half-Life 2 as well. I'm sorry, okay? I've never had the time to play Half-Life 2. I'm sorry. I can hear the hate comments now. Oh god, I can hear the hate comments, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I am sorry that I haven't played Half-Life 2. I just haven't played Half-Life 2, so I don't know how to rank them. Again, give me a year. This is a great video, personally, for me to do. I hope people watch it. I hope you share your opinions. I hope we start building that community. But also, this is great for me to see what I have played and see what I haven't played, because I haven't played Half-Life 2, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, I love. It is adorable. It is creepy. It is everything I want in a game. Hollow Knight's fantastic. I just have a hard time playing it. I get stuck on some of the puzzles and some of the bosses, but I enjoy playing it. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do if I run out of room in the A category. Right. Halo Infinite. I've never played it, but the Halo games, well, I mean, it says Halo Master Chief Collection. This is Halo Infinite is what we have in our library. I have never played Halo Infinite. However, of the Halo franchise, Halo is the first game where I sat down with another person to play a game. I remember this specifically. It was a kid that I did not talk to a lot at school, and his mom was having some event, so my mom went, and I went with them, and it was like a bunch of ladies, and I was just kind of sitting there, and then he was like, do you want to come play with us? And they were playing Halo, and I sucked at it, but I had so much fun playing with him, and him laughing at me, like, cracking jokes about me, like, messing up. It was essentially my first, I don't know, YouTube playthrough, essentially. It was weird because it was like, it wasn't that I was good at the game, but it was just entertaining for me to make commentary about it and for me to play it and things like that. And it was like that first intro to it. So the Halo series I kind of hold in higher regard, and I know it holds a special place for a lot of people. So even though I haven't played Halo Infinite, I've played Halo before, and Halo just holds a special place in my heart and who I am as a person. I'm getting really deep in this video, to the point that I feel like Halo should at least go into B. Maybe it'll go up here one day, but for right now, it's in B. Yeah. Hitman 2. It's okay. I've played very, very little of the Hitman games. There is some interesting things you can do with it. But for the fact that I haven't played a ton of it, and Hitman 2 is okay. Like, it's okay. The music is great. The soundtrack on the Hitman games, I think, is great. But, sorry, Agent 47. So, Hiveswap, Act 1. This was another game. I haven't gotten around to playing it. Have they come out with Act 2 yet? Who made Hiveswap? I'm curious. I'm just curious. Wait, I think they've come out with Act 2. It's rated very high. Publisher Pumpkin Games. Toby Fox. Okay, he's the composer. But what Pumpkin Games? Okay, so it looks like Act 2 has come out. We haven't gotten Act 2. This was a game that as soon as it came out, because Toby Fox was attached to it, me and my brother like snapped it up. He got to play it. I never got into Hiveswap. And I don't think we ever got into Act 2. So, for that reason alone, I'm putting it down there. Great. Okay. Let's keep going. How many more games do I have? This is a lot. House Flipper. Okay, House Flipper is my guilty pleasure. I have a few guilty pleasures here, but House Flipper is one of them. I love House Flipper. I know there's House Flipper 2 that has recently come out. I haven't gotten that yet, because I haven't gotten to the moon in this House Flipper, and I've played one or two. I think I filmed like 2 episodes, but I may have only uploaded one of them to the channel. I would love to keep playing House Flipper. I would love to do a full playthrough where we get to the moon in House Flipper. That would be fantastic. And I think they also added apartments. They added Dracula's castle, or a castle, Sandra. And they did when Cyberpunk came out, and I think I briefly touched on this in the episode I did. They had like Cyberpunk like posters. They had a couple Cyberpunk like apartments and areas. It was very, very cool. So I love House Flipper. House Flipper is a guilty pleasure of mine, and I enjoy it. I'd love to play more of it for the channel. So House Flipper is it an S rank for me? It might be an S rank for me just because I love it so much. And I'm sure House Flipper 2 is fantastic. I just A, need the money, and B, need the time. So Humans Fall Flat. Humans Fall Flat is a very fun game. We played it with our cousins, and I think one of my cousins have a channel as well. Yes. Yeah. If he's still active, I'll ask him. You'll find that channel linked down below. If not, whatever. But I would love to play with them again. We haven't played this in a while, and it's so fun. I love Humans Fall Flat. I suck at it, but it's so much fun. So for that reason, it's going in A tier. Nice. Actually, I think I can move you closer, because we are getting quite a bit of BioShock is so damn big. Let's keep going. Hyper Light Drifter. This is a cool game. I haven't played a ton of it. As you can tell, there's very specific games I am playing in our library, and this is not one of them, but I enjoyed it. It is a little difficult. The art style is super cool, but I don't think I'd ever go through with a playthrough of it. But I do, it does look very cool. I like the aesthetic of it. So, C. Okay, we just think this was a very fun and ballsy move, and it's pretty hilarious. I don't know if it counts as a parody or not of what it's trying to parody of this, like, visual novel story. I enjoyed the humor in it. I think it was a very interesting little game, and I applaud whoever made this for going through and making it to its fullest. So yes. Do I want to rank it lower than B? No, I'm gonna stick on that ranking with it. Cool. Okay, what else do we got? Jack Party Games. This is pack 3, so it's a little dated, but I did buy it. I love the original Trivia Murder Party. Number 2, I wasn't as impressed with, but number 1, which is in this party pack, I loved. This got me through some of my work in quarantine. I did like enrollment. I was like an enrollment, not counselor, but leader. Was it? No, not enrollment. The orientation. I was an orientation leader. And we had to do things in a hybrid setting and virtual, and it was a lot. But I was able to get to work from home. And this got me through a lot of like activities we did with our groups and things like that. And I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I don't see a lot of point of it now. Original Trivia Murder Party is probably my favorite. If we were ranking it by game in that party pack, Original Trivia Murder Party, that's a mouthful, would be ranked much higher. But for the whole pack itself, I don't really have that much value in it, and I don't use it a ton now. So, C tier for right now. This may change, but for right now, that's what we're doing. Jotun Valhalla Edition. I have never gotten to play this game, and it bugs me. Every time I see it, I'm like, I have to play that this weekend. I have to play that, whenever I have free time. And I just always forget. So maybe this winter I will finally get to it, because I am a sucker for Norse mythology. Like, actual good old-fashioned Norse mythology. Anyone who knows me knows, like, I love Norse mythology. So like the new God of War Ragnarok, all of that. Oh, I am loving it so much. Marvel, not too. I've never been that happy about their portrayal of Norse characters. They have good actors. The first Thor, even the second Thor, were pretty good. They went a comedy route with it, which is fine. For what they are, they're great movies. But actual Norse mythology, I grew up reading myths and reading legends, and like not fairy tales, but like legends. Like my dad had a book of like gnomes and giants, and they were like formatted like encyclopedias, and they had a lot of drawings and like scientific illustrations of like anatomies and plants and migration patterns, and like they like it was like a scientific study, and they were fictional, of course, of giants and gnomes. And I don't know the authors. I just know they were called gnomes, and they were called and it was giants and gnomes. Like, those were just the names of the books. I'm a sucker for Norse mythology and like Celtic mythology, but specifically Norse mythology. You can tell I'm excited. I can't speak. So this game, I want to play it. I would rank it so high if I've played it. I just didn't have the time to play it. So I have to put it down here. Kills me so badly. Because I'd probably put it up in S tier, because I love Norse mythology so damn much. Yeah. Okay. Kyle is Famous. Complete edition. Okay. Kyle is Famous is a great game. It is like, I guess, a novel. I guess you could call it a novel. I didn't want to call it a novel, but I guess it is a novel. I played a episode of it. I wanted to do a full playthrough and get all the endings. I still want to do that. I think there's 33 endings. There might be more than that. It might be a long playthrough, but I would love to do this. If I was doing YouTube full time, I was making profit from that, which is very, very rare. But anything can happen. I'm someone of that mindset. I'd love to play this game. Like, do a stream of it or things like that. This would be so much fun. So do I want to rank it A tier? No. It's an okay game. It's not an okay game. It's a pretty good game. I'm noticing how the visual novels are stacked next to each other. I didn't plan for that. that just happened. I think it's hilarious that that happened, but it did. Okay. What else? Left 4 Dead 2. It is a fun game for a zombie, shoot 'em game. I got stuck on a couple levels. Like, I didn't know where to go. I cleared all the zombies. I was running around in the campaign, and I couldn't figure out, like, it was like, get to the roof, and I got to the roof, and they're like, we have to go somewhere else, and I didn't know where to go. So for that reason, and the fact that it was a little difficult, I'm putting it in C, but I'm sure with a walkthrough I could figure it out. But yeah, it was an okay game. Alright, we still have so many games to go. Actually, I think are we getting close? We're like maybe halfway. I'm on observation duty. I think I bought this, did I buy it a year ago? I think I bought this a year ago, when the game started like blowing up everywhere, and I came out with one episode. I've been meaning to do a second one because I see a lot of the games getting played through, like, yes, we won the level, and then they move on. But I think this one specifically, I know I've on my own figured out a piece of, like, I think it's a secret or something works. They are spooky. The atmosphere is like, it's a very unique thing, and it's not like, when you think about it, it's not this hard mind-shattering thing, but just whoever designs these and however they make them, with the exception I think of number 3, which is like a walk around, they're perfect for people who like to be scared in like horror games, but don't like to have like the full control of like moving around in the camera and everything, because there's like this detachment from the camera, but then things will all of a sudden focus on the camera. It's a perfect balance of, I think, for a horror game doing what it needs to do. And I'm really excited to keep playing this, and please don't put spoilers in the comments if you've seen my video and you know what the like lore Easter egg is that I found. I kind of want to figure it out myself, and since MatPat is dragging his feet on a game theory, I would love to try to figure out how to do a game theory on this video. For sure. It sounds so much fun. So yeah, we'll put you in S tier. I'm surprising myself with what I put in S tier, and it's very, like, we have a very diverse library. First off, our library has so many different games, but also, I think I'm just shocking myself with how diverse I'm ranking these things. We'll do this in order, because I don't know why it's, yeah. Life is Strange. Okay, speeding things up, but Life is Strange is one of those games that I found, I think Jacksepticeye was playing it, and I just recently found Jack, and the game was just coming out, and I think it opened my eyes to, like, because again, gaming for me before then, as far as like adult games go, it was like Halo. That was like the extent of it. But Life is Strange, I think, opened my eyes to like narrative gameplay and tackling large questions. And there's so much they did right about this game. There is its flaws. Looking back on it, there are its flaws in the story. There are some flaws in the decisions you make and the weight of those decisions and things like that. But it was so revolutionary at the time, and it was so revolutionary for me as a individual playing this, that yeah, this is always going to hold a special place in my heart, and it is always going to mean so much to me as a player. And Chloe and Max are the iconic duo that, I don't think we should have seen Rachel's story in Before the Storm. Like, when it first came out, everyone was like, oh, I need to see it, but I don't think we should have seen it. I think the mystery of Rachel, I think they should have explained more about her, but the mystery of Rachel herself in the original game as this almost ghostly guardian that is either guiding Max and Chloe, or is maybe even asking Max to help her. Like, it's just the way, I don't know, the way you can pull so much from it, or just take it at face value. I love that game so much. So damn much. I would love to play it. I don't know how I feel about the remastered. I know there's a comic book series with Max and Chloe, because I think the original like the actual games, the sequels of the games have abandoned Max and Chloe. You run into side characters from the original games, and there are callbacks to the original games. I just want to see more of Max and Chloe's adventures, or even Max's adventure. I know a lot of people love to go with the ending. Spoilers for a game that came out in 2013, but I'll put a timestamp so you can skip ahead. Editor me put that in. But with Max and Chloe's ending, I think everyone assumes that is the better ending because you could do more with it. I'd be very interested to see maybe something from Max's point of view of the ending where Max is the only one alive and what she does. Even if it's a very short DLC, that would be... Ooh, I bumped my mic again. That would be interesting. But I do think we need another Max and Chloe game. They were just so well written and so done right, and I feel like the other games have kind of fallen a little flat when Max and Chloe were so influential, and the original story was so influential, and the twists and turns and everything in it, so great. I would love to play it. I don't think there's a YouTuber mode in the original. I wouldn't even want to put it on YouTuber mode. I know the videos would probably get claimed. I know they'd probably get blocked in some places, and I'd be really sorry about that, but the music itself adds so much to the experience that, yeah, it would just have to be like, donate to this link if you enjoyed my content and you'd want to see more of it. But I'd have to just play those games as is, and I know they'd get copyright because of, as long as they weren't fully blocked, I'd be like, let's do it, because it is so influential. That being said, are you done with the Life is Strange tangent? Have I talked enough about this game? Life is Strange 2, I only have episode 1 of this game. I haven't bought the rest of it. It's okay. I feel weird. It tackles a lot, and it was very much made for the time, I feel like, which is still issues we're dealing with today. And as a biracial Latina, I don't know, because it tackles a lot of issues that weren't new to me. Like, I've heard these conversations before, so I don't know if that in its storytelling like tuned me out of it, but also the storytelling in it didn't feel like it was complete, and it felt like you're trying to shove too much. Like, you went to, spoilers for Life is Strange 2, skip to this timestamp, but you went to the weed farm and you only spent like a half an episode there. You ended up with your grandparents and you only spent like a half an episode there. Like, things didn't get to take its time, it felt like. And it was interesting when they were trying to be like, also, you didn't get to use your powers that much. They were more of a plot, like, to move the plot forward or to cause more inconveniences in the plot versus like a mechanic in the game. So, and there was never a lot of theories. They were just kind of like, okay, this is it, I guess you have powers now. Whereas Life is Strange 1, there was the conflict of the mystery happening around Arcadia Bay, and there was also the conflict of Max's powers, how long she has them for, things like that. Like, they investigated it. And with Life is Strange 2, I feel like it wasn't fleshed out enough. That being said, the acting was pretty good. I mean, for a child, to have a child character in your video game and have it acted and everything, the younger brother, Daniel was fantastic. But yeah, it didn't hit the same as Life is Strange 1. I feel like that's a pretty consensed thing. So for that reason, I'm putting it in C. If I did go through the Life is Strange games, I'd go through everything from everything, all the adventures. But Life is Strange 2, and I haven't even touched Life is Strange 3. I know it came out, but I didn't even touch it. Which I think kind of tells you what kind of feeling Life is Strange 2 left me with. So, the fact that Life is Strange 3, I was like, is this just you know, another story to tell because we can tell it and because we need to create a franchise, because it didn't feel like it was leading to something, and Life is Strange 1 felt like it was leading to something. So yeah. Life is Strange tangent over. Okay. I take that back. I think there's one more game from, is it Don't Nod? In here. There's one more. Sorry. I can't even look at the camera. I'm sorry. Moving on. Little Misfortune. I love this game so much. It was so, like, it's such a great dark comedy, and it improved so much from Fran Bow. I know the studio Kill Monday is working on more games, and I am so excited to see what they're working on. And for that reason, I'll put it to you in A. Some of the story, like some of the mystery and payoff, I feel like could have been handled a little bit better, but the graphics were nice. The fact that this was made by an indie studio, it was a unique story. It was a dark humor. It's not for everyone, but I did enjoy it, and Benjamin the Fox is the best thing on earth. I love Benjamin, so. Great, so let's keep going. Middle Earth, Shadow of War, and I think we also had Shadow of Mordor as well, which I'll put up on the screen in a little bit. Again, a game I didn't even know we had, so it has to go in question mark. I would be interested in playing these. Lord of the Rings, I didn't get a ton into. I got more into things like Witcher, mythology. I did read all of Narnia when I was little. I did do that. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, I mean, I skimmed some of the books. I want to go back and read them fully. I love that kind of fantasy. If I had the time to play Shadow of Mordor and Middle Earth Shadow of War, I would. I just haven't had the time to. End of discussion, I think. Okay. Murdered Soul Suspect. You can see I screen grabbed this from our Steam library. This game came out a long time ago. I got it on the Steam Halloween sale for like $1.99 or $1 or something like that. Like something crazy. I had like forgotten about this game, but this is another one of those games, like when I was first getting into gaming, it just kind of ticked a lot of boxes for me as far as like what I like in stories. Like, you know, Ghost, it takes place in Salem, it had cool gaming mechanics, it had just a lot of fun things to it. So I finally got it on Steam, a copy for me to own, me to play whenever I want to, and I'm very excited to play that. I know Halloween passed, but I don't want to wait until next Halloween, so I'll probably play this on the channel soon. But yeah, it's not S tier for me, but it is up there because it was so influential to me getting into gaming, and I liked it a lot. It's a better Midnight in Salem, I think. So if you're gonna play a game that you need like Salem and ghosts and things like that, play this one, I feel like, more than Midnight in Salem. So Night in the Woods. I have 4 episodes of a playthrough that I did a long time ago. That computer, that PC with that game file, I think is no longer around. So if I played this, I'd have to start from scratch. I've had requests to play this to its completion. I think this is a game that has not gotten old. I loved it. I don't think this studio has done much else. May and Her Story, May's the cat. It's fantastic. It's a great dark comedy. It ticks a lot of boxes. It has a nostalgic purpose of that like teen angst, that small town vibe. I love this game so much. It's going in S tier. And maybe one day I will replay it. I'd want to do longer episodes and get the game done faster. Just because I was trying to do, I didn't have all the filming equipment that I do now. I didn't have the capturing that I do now. There was a lot going wrong with the filming and I was always so busy, and I was sharing a computer. There were so many things that I'm just surprised I got 4 episodes out of it when I posted this on YouTube. But I'm glad I did. I love that game so much. So S tier for sure. Okay, One Shot. One Shot I haven't played. I feel really bad about it, but I haven't played it. And it feels, again, there was a lot of games that came out after Undertale, and that kind of had the same vibe to them. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So, unfortunately, One Shot, I need to play it. I haven't played it. I feel like it would be okay. Orwell, I know there's a sequel out now. I haven't played the sequel, but this one is fantastic, and I would love to do a playthrough of this. It is very text heavy. It's a lot of reading, but it is very interesting, and I think in recent years it's become more relevant. Orwell's obviously a reference to 1984. Yes, by George Orwell. It's kind of this idea that, like, the government is always watching you. You know, they're always, like, it's the idea of, like, security at its peak, you know? So, like, you walking down the street wearing a t-shirt, it goes through the database, and they're gonna say, oh, we could suspect this person may have violent tendencies or may show up to this rally because of the t-shirt they wore walking down the street twice these past 2 weeks, or things like that. It's very a crazy concept, but it's scarily, is that the word I'm looking for? It's too real sometimes, you know? But it's an interesting concept, and it brings a lot of question of moral, and I like my games to, like, kind of play with this moral sense with its players. I like that in my video games. So Orwell, I am putting it in an A tier for those reasons. And my A tier is getting a little full. Oxenfree. Oh, whoa, what happened to Oxenfree? Let's bring you all the way up. Great. Oxenfree. Oxenfree is one of those games that I love so much. The music in it is great. The storytelling in it is great. The mystery was really cool. I think it's really weird that the endings aren't clear how to get them. That's my only gripe about it, is it's hard to get specific endings based on, like, very trivial things in the game. I played 1 episode of Oxenfree. I'd love to finish playing this game. The art in it is fantastic. I think I did a piece with that kind of, like, art style of, like, the background, like you see her in the portal there in the cover art. Again, one of those, like, very cool games. I love to play it. I love seeing it. The studio did come out with another game. I think it's called, like, After Party or something like that. But it felt a little too on the nose. I didn't like the new game as much as Oxenfree. Oxenfree was just, like, a gem from start to finish. I love that game so freaking much. Oxygen Not Included. I love this thing. I love playing it. Unfortunately, all my colonies keep dying, but this is such a fun game to play. There is a slight learning curve to it. I do have to look up quite a few things to, like, figure out certain mechanics because I am not an engineer. I do enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. As far as, like, the planning itch go, I like it a lot. So there you go, B tier. All right, Papers, Please. Paper Please is a fantastic piece of narrative storytelling. That being said, the replayability of it is okay. I think if you walk in blind, you get a lot more out of it. Playing it, it was a fantastic game. I know there's a Paper Please 2. I like what the fandom has done with Paper Please. There's a short film out about it that is fantastic. You should all go watch that and support that. But yeah, it's going in A simply because, like, it's a little, for me, it's a little old because I keep replaying it. But it was really well done. So don't let me stop you. If you've never heard of Paper Please, please go buy it. It's a really good game. And it's easy to, I mean, It's easy. It's not like hard to do. The idea behind it and how you tell a story in it is very interesting. Pinstripe is a game that I bought. I'm getting a little tired if you can tell, it's late. But Pinstripe is a game I bought a while ago. I enjoyed the art style in it. I enjoyed the story it was trying to tell. The ending felt a little rushed in it, but the music, the design, everything about it, the level design, everything, it was really, really cool game for what it did. Yeah, the sequel of it, which I didn't buy, but I saw someone play, I wasn't that big a fan of the sequel of it, it's not a sequel, it's from the same studio, and it's a different story, but I felt like it was trying to but like the character had kind of a similar motivation and kind of a similar plot twist towards the end of it, and Pinstriped I think did it so well, and you play as this priest who like loses their daughter and like goes on this adventure to find them, and I think it is interesting because we don't get a lot of church figures as morally gray characters, and it was very interesting to see. So Pinstriped I liked a lot. Portal 2 I absolutely love. I love the story. I love Wheatley. Wheatley is one of my favorite characters of all time in video game history. I love the music. I love everything that has come out of the fandom of Portal 2. Portal 2, again, is one of those cornerstone games that sit so high regard in my mind and in my heart as far as gaming goes, and why I love video games, and why I advocate for like giving games a chance with storytelling and things like that. Portal 2 is fantastic. Love Portal 2. Portal 2, again, S tier for sure. Alright. Could I say more about Portal 2? Probably. I could go on a rant, but this video's already getting a little long, so let's keep going. Power Wash Simulator. I absolutely love this game. I've played it to its entirety. I do have a video filmed of this, and in that video, when it comes out, you'll see I'll have different hair because I filmed it before I got this haircut. But I would love to keep playing this. It is so much fun. And I don't know if they're doing a DLC. There were some levels that I saw people playing online that I haven't seen yet in the game, but I would buy it. It's such a fun game. Yeah, I love Power Washer so much. It is so much fun. It's so addictive and it's so fun. Yes. Oh my god. I love power washing so much. Why am I putting it? I'm not going to put it in B. I'm putting it in S because, again, this is like one of those guilty pleasure games with like House Flipper. I play it to its entirety every day. So there you go. Power Wash. Alright. Rainbow Six. I've never played this. Do I have an intention of playing it? Tom Clancy stories? They're not my favorite. I don't think I'd have any intention of playing it. So for that reason alone, I'm putting it down here. For that reason alone. I haven't played it. I don't have any intention of playing it. It doesn't, like, tickle my fancy at all. So that's the only reason it's in D. Take with that what you will. Okay. Road 96. Okay. So Road 96 was a game I was playing on the channel, and I wanted to keep playing it, and I still have the save for Road 96. I will keep playing it, but something happened to the 4th episode, I think it was, where I think like a half an hour, maybe even an hour of content was lost. And this is one of those storytelling games where you can't go back and replay chapters, and you can't go back and like redo some chapters, so we're kind of screwed with the story. And I tried to write down as much of what I did as I could, and I am gonna have to do a whole separate video filling you guys in. So I would love to keep playing Road 96, but I messed up on that 4th episode of recording it. That being said, as a game, it is fantastic, and I love the fact that the story follows multiple characters. Like, it's not like, oh, you did the one run through, that's it for that game, you can start a new game. It keeps going and it keeps progressing, and it takes the progress you made from other characters and applies it to your current run through. And I love that about this game. It was such a treat to see. I enjoyed it so much. And the music and the character design, it takes a very heavy topic and it breaks it down pacing wise to the point where you can absorb it, but you still want to play it. Because to do like a regime or like a presidency, like a corrupt system of government, and to make like your characters are trying to escape that, your characters are trying to live life through that and get through this like harsh time, it's not as heavy as say like The Handmaid's Tale, which is very tonally and subject wise a different thing. The only thing that's similar in the case of these two pieces of media is like the government and the repressive like regime, like, you know, the what's the word I'm looking for, but you know, like the fact that the government has such like power and control over the society and is like, you know, the darkness of it all. Handmaid's Tale throws so much at you so quickly that it's one of those shows that you can't like sit down and watch the whole thing. You have to like slowly absorb it and process it and be like, oh my god, and it just leaves a yucky feeling in your stomach. This one, though what's happening to a lot of these characters is horrific, is bad, it brings up a lot of societal problems, the pacing and the tone of it breaks it down so it's still quirky enough and cartoony enough that you can keep playing it and you can keep engaging with the story and engaging with the material, and it's not like trying to hit you over the head with like this holier than thou messaging about like the topics it's trying to cover, if that makes sense. I'm trying to say this game is fantastic. My voice cracked. This game is fantastic narratively and you need to play it. I'll leave it at that. Okay? And with that being said, it's going in S tier. Okay, we're getting very full, and I still have like 3.5 rows of games to go through. Okay, Robin. Robin is an interesting game. It was very cathartic for me to play, and if you're curious what I'm mentioning, go watch the video I'm shooting after this, which is update on my life. So yeah, Robin was cathartic for me to play for many reasons. I think what it does and what it talks about, it does very specifically, and it is a great way to bridge a gap when you're trying to get people to understand things, like people who suffer, I think it's limited energy syndrome is what this person suffers, people who deal with chronic illnesses or with chronic pain or things like that. I think this story breaks it down very nicely to like explain those things to people. I wish there was more of the game, because I think you can get through the game relatively quickly, probably within a half an hour if you're taking your time with it. And I understand it's this free little game, but I wish the developers or the developer would update it or add more to it. And if they have, please let me know, because I feel like there's so much you can do with this idea, and you're kind of rushed into like the gameplay of it. If it took its time and they expanded on this idea, I feel like it would help so many people and do so much more. So I really hope that the developer sees that there's people that, I'm just so thankful that this game does exist, because it puts a lot of things into perspective when you're dealing with certain things. And so for that reason, I hold this game in high esteem. I just wish there was more to it. Bottom line. So I'll put it in A. But yeah, oh my gosh, this game, it was a great game for what it was, this very tiny game. And it's not a teaser, I don't think. But please, if you know more information about updates to Robin, or if, you know, someone is going through and has made something similar to Robin, please let me know. I would love to play that. I will eventually play Robin on the channel, with like a bunch of trigger warnings beforehand, but yeah, this game, it like holds a special place for me in recent memories. You know, it wasn't like a cornerstone of like me getting into gaming, but for what it talked about, I haven't seen a lot of games touch on that. You know, your protagonists, your main characters, they're strong individuals, they're healthy individuals, they're individuals that it can kick and punch and do a million things and not get tired. And with Robin, it allows you to step into the shoes of something maybe you're dealing with or something that someone you know may be dealing with. But it puts a limitation on you in a way that puts things in perspective. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Again, it's free. Alright, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves. I can't talk. It's been so long. Sea of Thieves is a game that me and my brother have played multiple times. I love it so much. It is so much fun to play. We're hoping to do a series on the channel of this. Again, I just love it so much. We're massive pirate fans in this household. We love pirates so much. So I'm probably gonna put it in A tier just because it's so much fun. I love it so much. Okay, let's keep going. We did that one. Slime Rancher. Slime Rancher is very cute. It's very fun. It's very relaxing. Currently right now, it's probably not my favorite. I have played quite a bit of it recently. The management is nice, but the objectives are not so clear, you know? If you're not following the story, not reading everything to its entirety, you get kind of bored of it quickly. It gets a little... You're trying to grind out as much cash or as much slimes, and then you're kind of like, what's the point? So as far as like playing it long term, you know what, I might even move it lower. Just because I haven't been into it recently. The story is very cute, but if you're not in the headspace to read everything, it gets a little tedious. So, I know number 2 is out. I haven't seen number 2, but that's my thought on Slime Rancher. Sorry, Slime Rancher fans. Alright. Sonic Mania. I played a little bit of this. It wasn't my favorite. I don't think I'd play it again. It's not a bad game, it's just not for me. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I'm sorry I ranked it so low, but... Star Wars Empire at War. I haven't played this at all. Do I have intentions of playing it? Probably. I've played quite a bit of Star Wars games in my past, but that's that. Republic Commandos. I have played this. I love this game a lot. It is a lot of fun. I haven't played the story campaign, but just playing it in general is a lot of fun. I love Star Wars, so we'll put it in B. Nice. Super Hot. Super Hot is great. I've played VR Super Hot. I haven't played Super Hot on PC, and I need to. But Super Hot is just very unique in what it does. It's very stylized. I like what it does, and it's a good time. It's a fun play, so we'll put it in B. We're just cranking through them really quickly. And now we're gonna slow down, because Tales from the Borderlands, I enjoyed this game so much. I played it to its entirety. I had friends watching me while I played it. I enjoyed it so much for what it was. The voice acting, the characters in it was fantastic. It's what got me into the Borderlands series. I loved it so much. I really hope that cliffhanger, though. I really want a season 2 of this, and we didn't get it. Oh man, I'd kill for a season 2. I'd love that. So yeah, it's going in the S category because Tales from the Borderlands was fantastic. I realize I'm gonna have to squish some of these S games together. Let's see, because we have another S game right here. Tell me why. Tell me why I got for free during Pride Month, which was in June. And that was a very good PR move on whoever, I think was Donod. Is it Donod? Who did this? Was it Donod? I think it's... Oh god, I can't remember the studio's name. Be quick about this. Okay, tell me why video game... Donod, yeah, developers Donod. Yeah, this was a great game. I am playing this on my own. There's a lot of heavy topics it tackles, and I could play this on the channel. It's not for everyone. It does deal with a lot of really complex and hard issues, but it does take its time. It is very much in the same kind of lane as Life is Strange. It felt very much like a call back to, like, they went back to their roots with this one, and the team that made this took their time, and you could tell put a lot of effort and developed the story, and the powers were unique and the storytelling was unique, and it was just a great game. And I think it's a little shorter than a full Life is Strange game, but oh my gosh, I loved it so much, and I'm like halfway through the story. I love it so damn much. So no spoilers, please, because this is one of the games that I haven't had spoiled for me. I'm taking my time with it, and I love it so much. It does tackle a lot of heavy issues, so just if you go looking for it, you know, be aware of that. But oh my god, that game is so nice, and it's going in S tier, and I'm gonna have to condense a few of these. So Flame in the Flood. I've been playing quite a bit of Flame in the Flood. It is a fun little survival game. It has the bones of a story. I haven't gotten too far into it, so I don't know if more of the story picks up later. The soundtrack is originally what drew me to Flame in the Flood. It has a very cool soundtrack, so even if you're not interested in the game, at least go listen to the music. It is more it's not country. Is it country? I don't know. But it was very cool. It's very interesting, and the art style is very cool. And if you're looking for like something that's not Oregon Trail-esque, but is like survival wilderness, I'd get Flame in the Flood. I enjoyed it a lot. So for that reason, I'll put it in A. And I am currently enjoying it. Maybe I'll get to the end of the campaign or the story and I'll be like, change it. But for right now, I'm enjoying it. The Forest. That's a pretty graphic image too. The Forest. I didn't play a ton of it. I think my brother's playing this with some people. So for that reason, I'm going to put it down here. Just because, I don't know, I might get into it and enjoy it a lot. I don't think I will enjoy it, but I have the intentions of playing it. So there. The Silent Age. I've played about half of this game. I think I tried to film it, and then those videos never got uploaded. It is an interesting story. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it does involve like time travel and things like that. And it is interesting. Is it a point and click? Yeah, it's a point and click. You know, it was from an indie developer, I think. And it tells an interesting story, but I'm not in a rush to get back to it, so for that reason it's going in C. The Stanley Parable. This was fantastic. The Stanley Parable, I think, does, it did a lot for storytelling. It is a very much an experience. It's not one of those games you can just casually like walk away from. So for that reason, I'm putting it in B. I think just because it's been so long since this came out, and I know number 2 came out, but yeah, so for right now it's at B. Maybe I'll go through and play it, I'll again be like, oh, how could I forget about this is brilliant, but for right now it's kind of in the B category for me. To the Moon. To the Moon was one of those games where like, oh, we should buy it, and I bought it again because the song at the end of it, the song at the end of it I enjoyed a ton. I guess you're gonna be a little crooked. I don't know how oops. Can I fix you? Okay. Close as we're gonna get. The song at the end of it is what really, like, had me enjoying it quite a bit. And try to give us a little bit more space. Like I said, if you're looking for a perfect list, this is not the video for you because these are going everywhere. But yeah, To the Moon, I haven't played a ton of it. It does have a very interesting story. I'd want to get to it, but I just haven't yet. And I made that too big, but whatever. We're just gonna let that exist for right now. That bottom row is a mess. We're letting it exist, so that's all I have to say about that for right now. Okay. Where are we? Right here. Townscaper. I haven't played Townscaper yet. It looks so cute though. I think my brother got it again because he's getting an engineering degree. I think it like ticked the box for him as far as like casual games to play. I'd love to play this. I would want to play a full episode of this on the channel, at least one like longer episode. But yeah, I enjoyed this game so much. It looks so cute. I just haven't played it yet, so I have to put it in the question mark category just because I haven't played a lot of it yet, but I'd love to play it. There you go. Woohoo! Battle at Procyon. Okay, this game was a game that me and my brother played when we were very, very little. This was like one of the first games we played on a PC. Did it come out like 2005? Maybe earlier than that. It's been out for a very long time, and it is still a very, very fun game. I enjoy it a ton. I know my siblings enjoy it a ton. And so for those reasons, even though I haven't played it in a very long time, and it is very dated graphically, it is still a lot of fun to play, and the story and the campaigns and the fight, the battleships themselves, it's awesome. So it's going in a B category for me, easily B. Maybe if I play it again, might be even an A or an S. Yeah, we hold that game in such high regard. Tunic. This was a really cute game. I think we got this for our younger sibling, but as of right now, I haven't played it. And I did that weird tilty thing again with it. Okay, so I have to put it in question mark, but I would love to play it, and I'd love to see what it's about, because it does look very cute and very interesting. All right, what else do we got? Turmoil. I played this game to its entirety when I bought it on sale. I love this thing so freaking much. I'd love to do a full campaign of it. You're like an old oil baron in the West. It's just super cool. I love the strategy and the digging and just all of it. It's a very fun little game that I enjoy a lot. I don't know if I want to rank it higher than B. Yeah, I'll rank it higher than B. I'll rank it an A. There we go. I'm checking how much, making sure everything's still recording. We've been at this like an hour and 38 minutes on my clock. It'll probably be edited down maybe an hour, over an hour. I don't know, we'll see. I only have like a handful of games left, but I'm not sure if I'll keep talking or not. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse is a game that we played a lot of with our cousins. I enjoyed it a lot. It's very fun. Level building and the design of it, it's very cute. The sound design is great. It's such a fun game, and it's just something that like makes you laugh, and it makes, if you get competitive, it's a fun competitive game. So for that reason, it's going in A, because we all enjoyed it so much. Yeah. Alright, what else do we got? Undertale. Undertale is one of those games that nowadays everyone's like, oh, Undertale, it didn't do anything new, but when it came out, it was so influential, and it did so much, and it was it did so much, and it like was kind of this weird like start of this golden age of indie gaming, I would feel like, and it was one of the big introduction like pieces for like me getting into YouTube gaming. The summer that Undertale came out, holy crap, it was like the biggest deal ever. And the fan art that came out from Undertale, and the stories that came out from Undertale, and the fan music that came out from Undertale, like it did so much, and it was so much, and it was so, I just remember everyone thinking it was so groundbreaking at the time. I know now there's like a lot of games on this list, it was like, it was in the realm of Undertale, it had this very Undertale-esque quality to it, but for what Undertale did and what it was and how it executed it at the time that it had come out, it seemed very original, and it was so unique in its execution of what it was doing that I couldn't help but be like, holy cow, it was fantastic. It got me and my brother to, like, you know, when we didn't have any games, and we didn't even have like a PC to run like high quality games on. We hadn't played like games in years. Like, we had the Battleship at Procyon game we played as literal children, and we hadn't played anything in like years and years and years. And Undertale is what kind of like threw us back into gaming, and like you see this whole library here, and I think Undertale is partly responsible for that. So for that reason, it's going in S tier. So, and it's still very fun to play. I haven't downloaded it on this computer, so I think I could do a fresh playthrough of Undertale. And I know it's been a long time since anyone has played it. I know that if you go back and you look through older YouTube videos, you will find hundreds of playthroughs of Undertale. But if you'd like to see one more final playthrough of Undertale fresh on a computer that has never had it, let me know in the comments. And even if I get one, I'll probably play Undertale on this channel. If I get one comment that's like, yeah, that'd be cool, I'd do it. Unpacking. More videos are coming soon of unpacking. I meant to finish the entire game in June. That didn't happen. But unpacking, again, is one of those games that I was very surprised with how it handled storytelling so subtly. And you could breeze through the game and be like, ooh, this is just like the way like sensory toys work for some people. Not just aesthetically pleasing, but it just clicks in your head like this very, I don't know how to say this, not aesthetic, but just very pleasing with the way you can unpack things, and you know, the fresh start, and the way you can like put things away and organize things. It works very well in what it does gameplay wise. Storytelling wise, it's very subtle with the storytelling. Like I said, you could breeze through the chapters and like not even pull anything from it, or you can sit and really involve yourself in like, oh, this item has been with them through 3 different moves. It clearly holds some material value. And I think in a world where a lot of people have tried to push minimalism, and I'm not saying minimalism is bad, it's great, and for some people it works great, but I think when you go online and you see a lot of push of minimalism, to have a game that is about material items holding value and literally unpacking like the life or the story or the trauma or whatever you're pulling from these characters, I think is very fantastic. So like bravo to it was a Witchbeam, I think it was Witchbeam that made this. Fantastic game. I love it. I will finish playing it on the channel very soon because it is such a great game and I want to have it in its entirety on the channel. So S tier, easy S tier for sure. Oop, I had to. Great. This is getting cluttered again. And then of course, so many games that I haven't played and I want to play so badly. Okay. Let's keep going. We have just a few more games left and then we'll be done with all these games. So let's keep going. Okay. Valhalla. Cyberpunk. Bartender. Action. This game I haven't played in its entirety. It is very story heavy. But if you want Cyberpunk, it is like in like a bartender form. It's just such a cool idea and it's so fun, and it came out a couple years ago before Cyberpunk 2077 and all that stuff. What drew me to it was the name Valhalla, because again, I am a sucker for Norse mythology. And do you want to know how much of a sucker I am for Norse mythology? We had to do these abstract, like geometric gradient color pieces in a freshman art class. This was freshman year high school. And I did mine with like a bunch of triangles and a bunch of rainbow gradient colors and things like that. And I labeled it the Bifrost. And my professor was like, so intrigued of like, what's a Bifrost? Where did you get that name? And I was like, oh, it's from Norse mythology, like the big nerd that I am. I like talked about how it was from Norse mythology and all this stuff, and yeah, so I think I still have that piece of art as well. But yeah, I love that so much. Yeah, it was just so much fun. So yes, I'm a big sucker for Norse mythology, so that's what originally brought me to the name, was Valhalla, which I think is the name of the bar you bartend in, your character bartends in, but it is kind of, what was it? Not Papers, Please. Not Tonight. It's kind of Not Tonight meets Cyberpunk, and I love it a lot, and I would love to go through and play it. It would have to be a very chill stream. I'd love to stream, but at the very least, get a playthrough up on the channel. And it would be longer episodes, and I think it would take quite a while, but we'd get through it, and I'd love to do it because it is I love this game so much. I bought it with really high expectations, and from what I played of it, it met those expectations like head on. So yes, Valhalla is going in S tier. All right. This War of Mine, Final Cut. This is a very heavy game. It talks about like survivors of the war. The management system in it is very, very cleverly done. Like, you have to go out at night and hunt for supplies and food, and you have to manage, like, if someone in your group is sick, you have to make sure they have medicine. If someone in your group like deals with anxiety, you have to make sure they have like either alcohol or tobacco, whatever it is it takes to calm them down. You could build a guitar that can also help calm, like, there's so many things to manage within your group to make sure you make it to the end of the war. And I think you can either wait for the ceasefire in the war, or you can escape. There's a few ways to escape. I've always done the ceasefire endings. I would like to play this on the channel. Again, very heavy subject matter because it is dealing with like war times and things like that. And it might be a little too real right now with a lot of the things going on. But it is very well done with the storytelling and with the gameplay itself. Easy S tier game for sure. Just gonna try to wedge that in there. Okay. Final game, YouTuber's Life, OMG. It's actually just YouTuber's Life. I don't know why the OMG is on this title thing. This was a fun game. It's okay. I enjoyed playing it. After, I think, once you start getting an employee, it was kind of hard to learn how to handle it. I know they have a YouTuber's Life 2 out. I haven't played that, but YouTuber's Life 1, I haven't gotten to the ending of it. Like I said, it gets a little convoluted and a little hard to manage, but it is interesting and it is kind of like tongue-in-cheek, and I think it would be very funny and meta to play it on the channel. But it is a fun game. I enjoy it, but it's not like, I'd probably put it in C for right now. I think when I first bought it, I probably would have put it in A or B, but for right now, it's a C category. All right. That's it. Those are all our games for today from my shared family Steam library. Again, I have other games. If this video does well, I'll probably do a part 2 and I'll go through my other games and discuss them. Thank you if you're still here at the end of the video. Holy crap. This is going to be a long one. And I definitely had to take breaks I haven't talked this much in a long time, because I've had lectures and homework and things like that, and we're not talking that much during things like that. But thank you for watching. If you have any comments, respectfully disagree or agree with certain things, feel free to hash those conversations out in the comments below. I'll keep checking back in this video to see if I have comments, just because I do like to create dialogue online. You know, that's kind of what I like to do. If you would like to discuss any of these games, or if you have a specific game you'd like to see on the channel, also put that in the comments below, because I'll definitely be looking to that for what I'll play next or what I'll continue next, things like that. And yeah, I'm happy to be back on YouTube. If you like this video, like the video. If you'd like to see more of this kind of content or any of the games discussed here today, subscribe so that you will know when I've uploaded those videos. I am also on social, Instagram. I'm going to be posting more to Twitter. I post very rarely to, mostly video updates when I post, things like that. Also, I don't know what's going on with Twitter right now. We'll see in the near future what happens with that. The easiest way to support this channel, again, like, subscribe, watch some other content. Also, share it with your friends. If you see something that maybe they're looking for a new channel to watch, you can bring them on over here, shoot them this channel link. I don't know when YouTube handles will be coming out. If it comes out by the time this video happens, hopefully you'll see that somewhere in the description or down below or somewhere. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Somewhere on the screen, you'll see a button to watch the mini documentary I shot. It was a very fun time. I had a very cool project I made. I'll have more small projects like that coming out in the near future. And I look forward to seeing people's reactions to that. If you would like to watch one of the games that I've actually gotten up, I'll put the first unpacking video, again, somewhere on screen or in the cards. And then I'll also link, very old throwback, to my Night in the Woods playthrough, which should be in the cards. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.